And the name of this video is What Do We Do? Because I'm asking a straight up question. This morning in Trinidad and Tobago, you have two options, the government and the opposition. We, in the Progressive Empowerment Party, we did everything that we could to try to mobilize this country. We had meetings every Saturday. I did live videos every single night. Our team worked round the clock collecting $1, $5, $10 to pay the ridiculous fees that we had to pay to get any kind of media at all. We suffered a media blackout. We did marches. We stood with everybody. 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. Up to August 10, 2020, we were the first political party to field 22 brand new candidates. Not one was a recycled politician. We did all of that and failed. In a country where you can't trust the EBC's results and you can't turn to anybody else. Who do you go to? The Prime Minister, the beneficiary, the President who has no power? Who do you go to? You woke up in a country this morning where it is illegal to set off fireworks in a town. But unless the police officer is standing up next to the person who sets off the firework, they can't do anything at all. So the people that's supposed to stop it is Customs and the Ministry of National Security. But they're not, because their financiers are bringing in fireworks. So what do we do? What do we do this morning? What do we do tomorrow for all the animals that kill themselves tonight? What do we do to all of the elderly and the infirm that are put to great discomfort to the babies for this nuisance tonight? So financiers of the PNM could make money. The EMA is finding its voice on the 29th of December. The EMA is supposed to find its voice on the 1st of January. Fireworks is a nuisance. Fireworks is a controlled substance all over the world. There are people in this country who could buy enough fireworks, concentrate all of the gunpowder, because it's gunpowder. Concentrate all of the gunpowder that they use to make one firework and make bombs. Is anybody thinking of that? That we need to protect Trinidad and Tobago from the average criminal going to buy out all the fireworks under one of them tents, concentrate the gunpowder and make a bomb. Are you thinking Ministry of National Security? Who is minding the store? The question I am asking Trinidad and Tobago, with a failed Minister of National Security, what do we do? What do we do this morning when all of the farmers cannot get feed for their meat, for their animals to make meat for the country? What do we do? Animals are dying. People are feeding quarry dust to the animals mixed with greens to try and make food. What do we do this morning when the Ministry of Agriculture is silent on issues affecting farmers? We can't grow food. If COVID-19 was a real pandemic, if COVID-19 had lived up to its threat, if COVID-19 had interrupted the food supply chain, Trinidadians dead. We have nothing in the ground. We're growing nothing. We're going to feed people pimento pepper and save. We have no real food policy in this country except let HADCO, AMCO, and Massey import. That's where your foreign exchange going. Your foreign exchange going to buy police car that they use for 3 months, write off, mash up, park up in different police car graveyard, army vehicle graveyard, other Tech and other public office vehicle graveyard. Your foreign exchange buying those vehicles. We have no policies. We have no procurement policies. We can't send a freedom of information request to the Ministry of National Security because we wrote a law that exempts them. Nothing works. It's all bullshit. It's all fake. What do we do this morning? You woke up in a country where Sabga News Network, panicked by the fact that I said I am going to join the UNC, have his foreign news Jamaican host bad talking me with Akash Samaru, poor fella. Akash Samaru can't decide what he is, who he is, why he is. So he out here making a clown of himself, dancing for Sabga to make salary, to go and buy Tampax and lipstick. I can't help that every single thing in this country broken. Where is the Media Association of Trinidad and Tobago to write CNC3 and tell them you cannot have an interview about Phillip Edward Alexander and not invite Phillip Edward Alexander to comment? That is unethical. That is the opposite of real journalism, and it flies in the face of the value of the media that is enshrined in the Constitution. What do I do? How do I fix that? How do I fix everything this morning if I am not in government? This morning, The poor people are messaging me, lamenting in tears. NIS not paying nobody. Unless you pull out your PNM party card, you're going to be suffering. NIS suffering the people in the country. They're not getting their payments. And people need to live. We paid $250,000 to Marshall Montano to make chocolate and go, hurr. And Marshall is my boy. I like Marshall. But Marshall is a multi-millionaire. Marshall didn't need that money. And if Marshall is a good person, Marshall Montano, if you have any integrity at all, I am appealing to you to take that $250,000 check, sign your name, endorse the back, and give it to Living Waters, who feed in poor people. Because you don't need that money, Marshall. You know you don't need that money. Give it to the poor. Show even the government they're trying to crawl inside your jockey shorts to make it look like they're liming with people who have following. You give it to the poor. We're living in a situation where the commissioner of police this morning taking heat for murders in the country, but he's not responsible for the guns coming in the country. The Minister of National Security is. What do we do? The Coast Guard, all the boats park up. They have no corned beef, they have no macaroni, they have no diesel, they have no socks, they have no boots. They have no plan. We have no idea what's going on. The Americans came and foiled a drug shipment. Kelshall and them take all the credit for it. But besides that, what are they doing? And what do we as a country do? What do we do waking up this morning knowing that the Ministry of National Security is an abscess on this country? There are people all over the world suffering, Trinbagonian citizens. And to those of you who are ignoring it because it is not your child or your mother, I want to tell you something. You should be alive long enough to know that karma is an ebb and a flow, you know. What you benefit from today will bite you in your ass tomorrow. I watch very wealthy people, multimillionaires, billionaires, go and get cancer diagnosis and try to fling money at God's face, you know. Going in the church and pelting money on the altar, stuffing money in the archbishop frock, going in Muslim and temple and mosque and saying, help me. Going by anybody who could shake a chicken leg over there, and still have to come and dead. All the money in the world. Karma is an ebb and a flow. If you today, this morning, laughing, kiki, because it's not your mommy and it's not your daddy and it's not your granny that dead and outside, whilst Cho Chang playing, who cometh and who goeth? Where is the Law Association? Where's the Chief Justice? Where's the DPP? Where's the President? Where's anything in this country to make this country functional for the citizens of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago who are being denied their most basic constitutional right, the right to come home? How did Rowley's daughter and her foreign use husband and friends qualify to come into Trinidad and Tobago? What do we do? What do we do that Farris' son was allowed to go out to shop and come back, but citizens who are outside begging 10 months now can't come in because Cho Chang playing who cometh and who goeth? If this is a democracy, Cho Chang don't have that power. Cho Chang does not have that power. If this is a real democracy, if it is a dictatorship, let us know so a million of us could dump ourselves into the street, because I am ready to march to rescue my country. I want to know. Let us stop the bullshit this morning. Let's stop it. Because there are people outside of Trinidad and Tobago who are living in the streets of foreign countries, who are living on the kindness of strangers. What we just did to those fruit farmers is a crime against humanity. The fact that they have to leave the richest, the third wealthiest country in the Western world to go and pick fruits in Canada to live, and they've been doing that for decades, is a testimony to the way this country has been run. We've wasted Trinidad and Tobago. But what do we do right now? What do we do when Vassant and Patriotic Front and COP and all of these political parties that come to pose and model for you when it's election time, hoping they get a pips and a props and a hopes and a job, when they get nothing, they just disappear? What do we do? What do we do, citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, this morning when there's nobody else to turn to? When I said that I am joining the United National Congress, it is because I had to analyze, what do I do? These are my choices. Accept the coming storm, leave Trinidad and Tobago, or use whatever is available to fight the contract mafia using this PNM government, this hijacked PNM government, this government that fooling blackface into believing that it is anything about black people when black people suffering the most, when pension cut and gate cut and everything of value cut. They are making you into handout drones. They want your children. Painting stone at the side of the road is the only option if you ain't working for the contract mafia. You have a reality to face, Trinidad and Tobago, and you have to ask yourself, what do we do? I told y'all years ago, a day will come, you will line up. Ragu and them who playing psychic. Everything that I have said years ago on all my videos are there. Everything that I told you that was coming, come to pass. And I told you a time is going to come when security guards are going to make you line up outside groceries. And you're already accustomed to lining up outside grocery now because of COVID-19. But I told you that they're going to ask you to show your US. Because as of 2021, importers in a jam. Not only are the suppliers not taking TT, the shipping companies not taking TT anymore. We in real trouble as a nation. If 1.3 million, 1.1 million of us don't stand up together, it's 1.1 because 300,000 people think it's okay with the PNM. So you gotta forget them. You gotta forget about them electorally. They will benefit from the work we do. I watched Kamala Persad-Bissessar purge her party of the people that we said are corrupt. I watched that happen. I watched the PNM embrace theirs, defend theirs, circle wagons around theirs. I watched in 2020, Gabriel Faria stepped out of his crease and told the nation, this government is not for the people. They're only there to thief money and feather the nest and make sure that their people get handled. I watched the Chamber of Commerce defend what he said. I am watching the Law Association of Trinidad and Tobago saying that this government is attacking the justice system in Trinidad and Tobago. I read a document from the Home Office in the United Kingdom ringing an alarm bell about the government of Trinidad and Tobago. Keith Rowley has embraced Maduro. We thought it was a long-distance relationship. It seems like it is up close and very personal. They are trying to turn Trinidad and Tobago into a next drug smuggler financed dictatorship. We cannot allow that. Stuart Young should be answering questions in a police station somewhere about Delcy Rodriguez. If this was a real country, Stuart Young should be answering questions in a police station somewhere this morning about the drug lords that met with the Prime Minister during the lockdown. Stuart Young should not have the job that Stuart Young has. Stuart Young is an affront to democracy and decency. And we, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, have to stand together. And when you hear you talking about human trafficking and you're looking to Gary Griffith job is not to secure the borders. And when you're talking about guns and guns shooting up this and guns shooting up that, you look into Gary Griffith. Gary's job is not to stop the guns. All that is Stuart Young. All that is the Ministry of National Security. They are failing us. He is a failure of epic proportions. And as of yesterday, he has lied so many times that he is starting to make the entire parliament stink. It stinks of indecency, of deceit. The man is a dishonest individual. He is on public record of saying that it is a first come, first serve basis. Now he's telling them it is science. It is not first come, first serve. Tell us, Stuart Young, what is the science that allowed Rowley's daughter's husband to come into the country? He is not a citizen of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. He is not essential to anybody. What is the science that let Faris' son go to shop? I am calling on Trinidad and Tobago to do like I am doing and join together all of us. And 2021, we must fire this government. We must shut this country down. Essential workers go to work because you all have no choice by law. You have to go to work. The rest of us, shut it down. Let Christian Mute eat all his KFC. You will see him calling Rowley and saying, hey boy, you better do something. Shut it down. We have to get to that point, because if we do not get to that point, if we do not stand up for this democracy, you will be like those Venezuelans selling their girl children into prostitution to survive. There are people in Trinidad and Tobago right now. I had to deal with a woman who wanted to commit suicide Christmas Eve. She couldn't even put food in her house. And there was nobody for her to turn to. This country is mad right now. This government that is fronting this criminal lodge construct, these people meeting in secret society meetings and planning for you. A handful of deviant, corrupt businessmen who can't explain their own wealth are blocking. When you see you wake up on a morning and that foreign news journalist on CNC3 and Akash had to sit down and talk about Phillip Edward Alexander, why am I the top story on CNC3? Sabga, tell them that you're worried. Sabga knows what I know. Sabga knows that I know the things that he knows because he has access to the same people I have access to. Sabga knows that I know and that Phillip Edward Alexander in government will stop the feeding frenzy of the contract mafia, and that will affect him too, because Sabga knows he is a beneficiary of soft contracts from this government. His companies are beneficiaries of soft contracts, friends and financier plan from the PNM, and it is time the people of Trinidad and Tobago put an end to all of that. We can put an end to all of that by repealing this gutted version of the UNC's procurement bill. The UNC wrote a proper law. The Law Association said that was a proper law. We need that original law, not with the gutted version that the PNM passed that allows PNM friends and financiers to thief. We have to wake up this morning. Joseph Rich Paul, as a senior there typing, yes, I want to tell you something. From the moment you see a PNM troll on one of the threads that you tag me in, either block him or untag me. Because I don't want to see these jackasses' opinion, bought and paid for, being sent phone cards and data plan from Balize House to bad talk me and attack me. I'm not interested in being a part of that. When you go to where these people live in and you see they're bathing the children from iron barrel in the yard, but pretending that they're talking about what is best for Trinidad and Tobago, you can't be giving them that kind of mileage. So learn to block, partner. Learn to block. It's real simple. Once they're coming across like a troll, hit block. Yeah? The UNC, the United National Congress, I had to make a decision. Because if we cannot do it alone, if we cannot do it as a third party, and I'm saying to Marcia Brave Boy and Gart Christopher, who worry that they're going to lose their place at the table because they hear a behemoth is coming, a giant killer is coming. Phillip Edward Alexander has said publicly he is joining the UNC, and it frightened the bottom feeders in the UNC who sitting on that table hoping to get scraps, and they feel that when Phillip come, they will lose their place and their plate. I want to tell you something. First of all, Marcia and Gart, I don't play at the level you all play at. Wherever all you're eating, all you keep eating that. I have no interest in all you. I have no interest in all you at all, whatsoever, and something else. And I want you to hear me again. I have not asked for anything. I have not asked and negotiated anything. For in the interest of my country, I am going to make sure that I add every single vote that I can add to the 309,000 members of the UNC that voted for the UNC. I am doing that for them. I am doing that for the members of the UNC and the rest of the country that want to be rid of this PNM. And I know that Phillip Alexander standing alone was something that inspired confidence. But Phillip Alexander standing with 300,000 and 400,000 other UNC members is quaking the contract mafia this morning. I know. I read the rumors about Phillip in the Senate, and I know that is giving the Senate president sleepless nights. I know. I am not an easy person to deal with. When I come, I like a pit bull. If I bite down on it, I'm not letting go until it bleeds. It is time to fix Trinidad and Tobago or get out. If you have no interest in helping fix Trinidad and Tobago, pack up your Jaji bundle and get out. This country is going to shit. It is going to hell in a handbasket. And you have to be a moron to not see it coming. You have to be a moron to not see your children eating on old plate with old fork that don't match, and Porsche and Range Rover wetting them in pothole on the road. You have to be a jackass of epic proportions to not see what's going on in the 1% communities while the diehards suffering and filling the children belly with mud. It is time, Trinidad and Tobago. I have stood up for everybody in this country. The crippled, the handicapped, those disabled could tell you. They could tell you the fights that I fought to get them their handicap space. They don't even have a law in this country for that yet. I have been feeding the homeless for 27 years. God Christopher, that stunting jackass, will ask if I feed the homeless twice a year, if that is worth something. God, you ever dip your hand in your pocket and give anybody $1? You should be shamed, boy. You should be shamed. Go and walk down Besson Street today. Go and walk down by Riverside Car Park Plaza and watch them people suffer and ask me if all of us shouldn't be helping feed them every day. But you want to judge, name, blame, and shame, and that is all you bring to the table. Waste of freaking time. Trinidad and Tobago, be careful who you're getting your instructions from. If foreign news Jamaican journalists can't get a work in Jamaica, come down here to take money, to talk shit against people, if they had an ounce of professional integrity, they'd invite me on the show. Bring me and grill me, but they can't, because they can't deal with me. It's why Paulo Kernahan, who come on somebody's wall to attack me, had to delete his post and run hiding with his tail between his legs. Now is not the time for bullshit. I am not the man to be played with. I am standing up for Trinidad and Tobago. If you're coming, come good. The talks that you're hearing from the lodge boys who hiding behind the scenes and sending out 2 blues and out 3 blues to some fronters talking, ignore them. Because look around, nothing works. Yesterday, half of the Ministry of Works and Transport attacked the Ministry of Works and Transport. The Public Transport Service Corporation said it is going to have to cut off 2 parts of Trinidad and Tobago, Guayagayari and Mayaro, because Ministry of Works, that it is a part of, cannot do the freaking job to maintain the road. Why does Rohan Sinanan have a job this morning? Ask Keith Rowley. Ask Keith Rowley why his government is so epically failed, why nothing works in Trinidad and Tobago, why it is getting worse, and all we're hearing every day is who thiefing what and who thiefing more. By the time this government gone, they would have borrowed money to thief and leave you and your grandchildren with the debt. It is time to stand up and stand together. And to the members of the Citizen Union of Trinidad and Tobago who are asking what's my role is on January 15th, not a day later, to take Faris Al-Rawi, Nahu's family, and the Minister of Public Administration before the courts. Because I want to know about the $20 million that you said it took to outfit that building. And we served you a freedom of information that you request, that you ignored. We served you a pre-action protocol letter according to the law, reminding you that you have an obligation to answer on January the 15th. If we do not have a detailed answer, we are taking you before the courts. For those in the Citizens Union who are asking what Phillip doing, we're dealing with every single person who coming before us with a problem this morning. And we have been championing and standing up for people at all levels. And right now, we have engaged legal services to begin the process of suing the Ministry of National Security and the Ministry of Health to bring our people home. And if this government cannot do the job, it is time to fire them. I am tired of the bullshit. And if you're tired of the bullshit passing for governance, if you want to stand up as a real Trinbagonian, so that when shit come by you, the rest of Trinidad could stand by you, now is the time. Stand with me. If I tell you that I am going to the UNC, I know why, and I have a plan. And I honestly believe Kamla Prasad Bisesa, if given the right support, not the set of agenda whores that joined her as the People's Partnership, because I was there and I was watching. What infiltrated the Congress of the People is a set of fellas that wanted gas station contract, who wanted contract to build house, who wanted contract, who wanted to get on state board, who wanted to drive around in blue lights. I saw what became of the Congress of the People. I'm telling you, if I make this decision this morning, you have the ability to do the same. Because if we don't stop the contract mafia pulling the strings on this fake PNM government, if we don't stop it, we will have only ourselves to blame. What happens next in Trinidad and Tobago? 2021, I am telling you again, Trinidad and Tobago, don't spend a bad dollar today, you know. Don't buy no knick-knack and no cushion and no basket, you know. This is not that time. Every single dollar you have, kiss both sides. Because you're going to need it. And you're going to watch vase. And you're going to watch statue in your house. And think how to feed that to your children. Hear me tell you. Now is not the time. This is not the place. That is not the government to be taking chances with your money. Work hard. Work twice as hard. Work thrice as hard. And every dollar you get, stick it somewhere and save it. We need to fix this country, and I promise you, I am not going to stop. I will do it together with the United National Congress. I have given Kamala Prasad, my predecessor, my endorsement, my support, and if I join the UNC, she will be my leader. And having been the leader of a political party, I know what that entails. But I promise you, I will never stop standing as a guardian of democracy and a champion of the people in Trinidad and Tobago, regardless of what SABGA feel and the rest of them who want to send the talkers to talk. We want a better Trinidad and Tobago. If you want that, stand with me. Citizens Union of Trinidad and Tobago is a platform that represents all the people of this country, regardless of political persuasion, race, origin. Join the Citizens Union of Trinidad and Tobago. Right now today, 769-4590, 471-CUT-286-CUT. Go on citizensuniontt.org, or you can message me and I'll forward it on. Until later, stay safe, Trinidad.